The most challenging experiences often become the most memorable in finding our way in this world. We must resist the temptation to blindly follow those in front of us like sheep, and instead chart our own path to where we truly should be. The wisdom of silence is a treasure acquired throughout life, often through the difficulties and challenges we face. So if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Our life is like a play, and what really matters is not how long it lasts, but the quality of the performance we offer. Like a jewel, we shine more brightly after being polished by adversities. The reality is that life is short and always accompanied by anxiety. Those who live worried about the future, forgetting the past and neglecting the present, are caught in a cycle of restlessness. However, a well-lived life can feel long enough, and no human flaw is so powerful that it cannot be controlled with discipline. Throughout our life, we must learn to enjoy the pleasures of the present without sacrificing our future. It's a balance that requires wisdom and self-discipline to achieve a full and satisfying life. Sometimes, we only realize the superfluity of many things when we start to live in them and face difficulties before it's necessary. Clinging too much to material possessions deprives us of the true wealth found in living in harmony with nature. This harmony ensures that we will never be truly poor. On the other hand, constantly seeking others' approval prevents us from achieving genuine wealth. Wisdom lies in the wise man, while the fool blindly follows the master without realizing that being everywhere is equivalent to being nowhere. Reflecting on and learning from our experiences is what truly shapes our character. Uncontrolled anger often does more harm to us than the initial provocation. Only time has the power to heal what unrestrained anger can cause. Our plans have the potential to fail if they lack a clear and defined purpose. A man who doesn't know which port he's heading for will never have the wind in his favor. True power lies in having control over oneself. Beware of those who propose actions without taking risks. True bravery lies in making bold decisions and facing the consequences. Authentic happiness is found in living in the present without obsessing over the future. An anxious mind is only destined for unhappiness. Preparation meeting opportunity gives rise to true luck. If you wish to escape the troubles that haunt you, the necessary change doesn't involve moving to a different place, but transforming into a different person. Time reveals the truth, and ultimately, it remains crucial to learn to live, always being grateful and facing life without ignoring the pain, because by acknowledging it, we can overcome it and find true inner peace. Often, half of the cruelty we experience as human beings is born from our own weakness in facing life's challenges. A man who faces adversity bravely is an admirable spectacle. We delay life more than we should, and it flies by. Often, we are terrified more by what we imagine than by what actually happens. The path to greatness is a strenuous test. It's not the lack of things that impoverishes us, but the constant and excessive longing. Sometimes we are mediocre in our fears, but magnificent in our desires. Life is not short, but we often shorten it. We are not devoid, but we waste what we possess. Beginning to live fully in the present and appreciating each day as a separate life is a valuable lesson. He who is brave is truly free. The company of people who help us grow is invaluable. Every new beginning arises from the end of something. Religion is perceived in various ways by different people, including ordinary people, the wise, and rulers. Often, the most valuable lessons are not learned in classrooms but in everyday life. Gratitude is an honorable quality. and the desire to improve is an essential part of the personal growth process. If someone has hurt you, it's because at that moment they were stronger or weaker than you. If you are weaker, forgive them. If you are stronger, forgive yourself. Life can change in the blink of an eye. Most of the life we truly experience is simple and everyday. The rest consists of fleeting moments. Wisdom is not acquired by chance. It is forged through experience and knowledge. Although you may feel alone, it's because you don't need anyone. What matters is who is by your side and how you value yourself. Don't let money or your past experiences control you. If we were more content with what we have, we would probably be more satisfied. Long ago it was said that a man's age was evidenced by the number of years he had lived. But in reality, longevity lies in how we face our flaws and overcome them. Humanity's greatest treasures are not found in material objects, but deep within ourselves. A wise man finds contentment in what he has, regardless of its nature, avoiding longing for what he does not possess. Fear often arises from ignorance. When someone dedicates all their time to traveling, they may meet many people, but they rarely forge true friendships. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a world where every relationship, whether close or casual, was based on principles like empathy, justice, and kindness? What if we decided to embrace virtue as the main foundation of all our interactions? In this imaginary world, every encounter would be imbued with virtue. Empathy, justice, and kindness would be the foundations of our relationships. Coelho invites us to build this world where virtue becomes the fundamental pillar of deep and meaningful connections. Virtue, like a warm flame, a glue that unites souls, and a light that illuminates the way, allows us to see the world through the eyes of others, understand their joys and struggles, and provide unconditional support. In our relationships, virtue is the force that drives us to be fair and equitable, teaching us that true harmony does not reside in domination or submission, but in collaboration and mutual respect. Through virtue, we find common ground where we can grow together instead of drifting apart. The pursuit of virtue challenges us to be better people every day, reminding us that although we are imperfect, we have the capacity to cultivate compassion, patience, and gratitude. Every action guided by virtue brings us closer to the ideal of deep and enriching relationships. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that virtue is a way of life, a constant journey of self-discovery and improvement. This process of refining virtue helps us become better friends, partners, parents, and citizens. This journey is one of life's greatest rewards. So choose to embrace virtue in your relationships. Be the person who extends a helping hand, seeks justice, and practices kindness. Remember, every virtuous action not only strengthens relationships, but also builds a more compassionate and connected world. We have the power to make every interaction meaningful, build deep relationships, and illuminate the world with virtue. Embrace this responsibility and inspire others to do the same. Together, we can create a world where virtue flourishes and truly meaningful relationships thrive. With this, we say goodbye to this reflection on virtue as the most important pillar for meaningful relationships, remembering that we cannot overlook its importance, but let's contemplate the actions we can take to make this vision a reality. The key starts with yourself. Be the agent of change that cultivates virtue in your own interactions. Practice empathy and simply be kind. Remember that small acts of virtue can have a profound impact. Treat others with respect, listen attentively, and be willing to learn and grow together. Moreover, share this vision with others. Inspire your friends, family, and colleagues to embrace virtue in their relationships. Show them how empathy, justice, and kindness can strengthen bonds and create a more harmonious and welcoming environment. Together, we can build a world where virtue is valued and meaningful relationships thrive. It's a challenge worth undertaking, and the reward is a more compassionate and connected world where everyone has the opportunity to flourish and grow together. So, let's embark on the journey towards this vision and make a difference, one relationship at a time. Have you ever wondered how to deal with anxiety in a world full of uncertainties? There is an antidote for the constant unrest that often torments us. The Stoics have answers. Philosophy presents us with solid and timeless principles that challenge us to rethink our relationship with anxiety. In this topic, we will delve into 9 Stoic principles that, when applied, can question and transform the way we approach our daily worries. Prepare to explore a path that promises more than just momentary relief, but a profound change in the way we face life's challenges. Are you ready to discover the secrets of Stoic serenity? The first of these principles is to distinguish between what is within your control and what is not. Focus your energy only on the things you can control, such as your actions. Anxiety often arises when we worry about what is beyond our control. Living in the present is another key principle. Excessive worry about the future or lamenting the past can feed anxiety. The Stoics teach us to value the present moment and make the best of current circumstances. Accept the inevitable anxiety that sometimes arises. By resisting life's inevitable circumstances, learn to accept them with serenity and face them with courage. The third principle involves practicing detachment and avoiding getting too attached to specific outcomes. The Stoics teach us to do our best, but to be prepared to accept any result without being emotionally affected. The fourth principle is the cultivation of courage. It means facing your fears and occupations with bravery. Stoic courage does not mean the absence of fear, but acting rightly despite fear. Examining your emotions in moments of anxiety is the fifth principle. Rationally analyze your emotions and ask yourself why you feel anxious and whether this anxiety is justified. Practicing gratitude is the sixth principle. Focus on what you have and be grateful for the small blessings in life. This can help reduce anxiety and promote inner peace. The seventh principle is to maintain self-control. Learn to control impulsive emotional reactions, as self-control is fundamental in dealing with anxiety. The eighth principle is to cultivate resilience. You should view challenges as opportunities for personal growth. The Stoics believed that adversities can make us stronger and wiser. The ninth principle involves practicing meditation and reflection. Set aside time to meditate and reflect on your life and your concerns. This can help you gain perspective and reduce anxiety. As we conclude our exploration of these 9 Stoic principles for dealing with anxiety, consider how you can apply them in your life to find serenity and strength amidst challenges. I invite you to consider how these teachings can be applied in your daily life. Anxiety, although inherent in the human experience, does not have to be an emotional prison. The Stoics remind us that we can find serenity even in the most challenging circumstances. We are capable of cultivating virtue in our actions, and self-control is a powerful tool against anxiety. Now, the choice is in your hands. You can choose to incorporate these principles into your personal journey towards a more balanced and serene life. Remember that consistent practice is the key to real transformation. As you move forward, keep in mind the essential question: how can I apply Stoicism to create a world with a more meaningful and peaceful life? The answers may surprise you and lead you on a journey of self-discovery and lasting growth. Now, imagine living a life free from the burden of incessant worries, free from the weight of constant stress. Imagine facing each challenge with serenity, acting bravely in the face of adversity, and maintaining an unbreakable inner peace. This is the vision that Marcus Aurelius, the wise Roman emperor, offers us with his Stoic philosophy. Aurelius' mind was like a fortress that did not shake in the storms of life. He teaches us that true strength lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering the inner world. It is the mindset of steel that allows us to achieve this mastery. By adopting the Stoic mindset of Marcus Aurelius, we open the doors to a fuller and more meaningful life. We accept that there are things we cannot control, that the past cannot be changed, and that the future is uncertain. Yet, we realize that the power of our mind lies in the present. We become attentive observers of our own thoughts, questioning their validity and acting based on reason. The root of worries often lies in irrational and exaggerated thoughts. Emotional reactions are a natural part of the human experience. Marcus Aurelius encourages us to confront these thoughts, to face fear with bravery, and to find solutions instead of getting lost in worry. Meditation and reflection become our allies on the journey towards a mindset of steel. They allow us to examine our own mental patterns, understand our weaknesses, and strengthen our strengths. Through constant practice, we cultivate an inner serenity that helps us weather any storm. The principle of amor fati becomes our compass. We learn to embrace not only the joys of life, but also its adversities. Each challenge becomes an opportunity for growth and learning. We are forged in the furnace of difficulties and emerge more resilient with each trial. Remember, living without worries does not mean ignoring reality, but facing it with bravery and acceptance. By embracing the Stoic mindset of Marcus Aurelius, you take control of your own mind and can shape your life according to your principles and values. So, rise with determination, adopt a Stoic philosophy, and walk the path towards a mindset of steel. You are capable of facing any challenge, living with serenity, and finding true inner peace. The journey begins now, and every step is a victory towards full realization. As you incorporate the Stoic mindset of Marcus Aurelius into your existence, always remember that with each new day comes a unique opportunity to strengthen your mind, discover serenity amid setbacks, and face life with bravery in the face of tomorrow's uncertainty. Anxieties that were once as dense as dark clouds can become mere passing shadows when you steer the helm of your own consciousness and rise as a true Stoic, carrying a firm and resilient mind. At its core lies the ability to face every challenge and embrace each moment with insight. Do not let unrest darken your horizon. Instead, illuminate it with the light of Stoicism and confront each day with the unbreakable courage of a wise philosopher. Your journey towards a life without worries is underway, and with each step you take, you strengthen your essence with conviction because it is you who writes your own narrative. We hope these lessons in Stoicism have been valuable to you. If you wish to continue exploring this ancient philosophy for a more serene and virtuous life, subscribe to our channel to receive more inspiring content. Don't forget to like this video if it was helpful to you. Together, we can seek Stoic wisdom for a better life. Have you ever stopped to look at the stars in the night sky and wondered about the vast universe that stretches beyond our horizon? Perhaps you've felt the immensity of the cosmos and, at the same time, a deep connection to it. Similarly, the potential that resides within you is like a constellation of bright stars, often hidden by the clouds of insecurity and fear. Today, we invite you to embark on an inner journey to explore a vast and uncharted territory, your own being. We want to delve deep, traverse the layers of insecurity, and illuminate your inner power so that it shines like a supernova in the firmament of your life. But before we embark on this journey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you began to recognize and cultivate your inner power? What if you truly believed that you are capable of incredible things? Prepare to unlock your potential, because like the stars in the night sky, you are brighter and more powerful than you ever imagined. I dare to believe that within each of us lies a spark, an intrinsic force waiting to be awakened, a power we often underestimate. This inner power is like a rough diamond, hidden under layers of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. However, when you begin to polish this gem, you discover that you are capable of achieving incredible things. Recognizing and valuing your inner power is an act of self-discovery and authenticity. It's acknowledging that you are the only person who can shape your destiny and create the life you desire. But how do you start to unveil this potential? First and foremost, it's essential to believe in yourself. Remember all the times you've overcome challenges, whether big or small. Each of these experiences is a testament to your inner power. When you doubt yourself, return to these memories and let them inspire you to move forward. Self-confidence is the key to unlocking the doors to your potential. Believing that you can face life's challenges is the first step towards success. Trust in your ability to learn, grow, and adapt. We often get so caught up in the noise of the world around us that we ignore the wisdom that resides within us. Take time for reflection and meditation. Ask yourself questions and listen to the answers that emerge from the depths of your heart. Do not be afraid to confront challenges, as they are disguised opportunities. Every time you face a challenge, you are strengthening your inner power. Understand that adversity is a valuable teacher that helps you grow and become more resilient. Another important aspect is valuing resilience. Your inner power is knowing that no matter how many times you are knocked down, you will always rise. Life is full of ups and downs, but it's your resilience that will determine how you deal with these highs and lows and ultimately overcome them. Remember, you are not alone. Valuing your inner power does not mean you have to face everything by yourself. It's valid to seek help when you need it. Sometimes true bravery lies in recognizing when you need support and seeking guidance and encouragement. So, look within yourself and discover your potential. Believe in yourself, listen to your inner voice, face challenges with resilience, and know that you are stronger than you think. Valuing your inner power is the first step towards achieving your dreams and creating a life full of accomplishments and meaning. Do not underestimate the strength you carry within, as it is what drives you to reach unimaginable heights. Be the guardian of your inner power and use it to shape your destiny in the world, eagerly awaiting your achievements and ready to shine. As we delve deeper into the depths of our inner power, one truth becomes evident. No matter how challenging life may be, no matter what obstacles arise along the way, the solution to many of our dilemmas lies within us. Self-discovery and appreciation of our inner power are like a magical key that opens the doors to achievement and transformation. As we venture on this journey of self-acceptance and personal growth, we begin to realize that we are endowed with an inner strength that can propel us to heights that once seemed unreachable. When we cultivate self-confidence, embrace resilience, and listen to our inner voice, we become the captains of our lives, often navigating turbulent waters with courage and determination. Anxiety and fear cannot stop us. Self-doubts may not completely disappear, but they lose their power to dominate us. Therefore, the solution to many of the challenges we face is in our hands, in our heart, and in our mind. Valuing our inner power is the answer we've been looking for. It's the catalyst for change, the lever that propels us forward, the light that shines in the darkest moments. As we conclude this journey of self-discovery, always remember that inner power is an inexhaustible source of inspiration and strength. It is a treasure we carry with us, and when we recognize and appreciate it, we are capable of shaping our destiny in extraordinary ways. So, the next time you face a challenge, the next time doubt creeps up on you, remember to look within and value your inner power. With it, you can overcome any obstacle, achieve any dream, and live the life you've always desired. The solution lies within you and shines with an intense and inextinguishable light. Seize this power and let it guide you toward a future full of achievements and meaning. It means that your journey of self-discovery is an endless adventure, and the world eagerly awaits witnessing the brilliance of your realized potential. Have you ever wondered what the purpose of your journey is? What makes you wake up every morning and face life's challenges? Sometimes the search for a purpose may seem like an endless journey, but at the heart of Stoicism, we find the key to unraveling this enigma. Let's explore together the transformative power of life's purpose and how it can guide us on a truly meaningful journey. The purpose of life is like the North Star on the horizon of our journey. It guides us, inspires us, and gives us meaning. At the center of Stoicism, we discover the wisdom that the search for purpose is the path to a fulfilling and meaningful life. Imagine yourself as a sailor navigating a vast ocean. Sometimes the waves are calm and serene, and other times fierce storms challenge us. But always, up in the sky, is the North Star, firm and constant. Similarly, on our journey through life, we face challenges, uncertainties, and moments of doubt. However, the purpose of our life is the star that shines above us, reminding us of why we are here. The passions that make you wake up in the morning with a smile can be found in the causes that call to you deeply or in the connections with those you love. Just as the sailor follows the North Star, your purpose will guide your choices and actions, give you strength in difficult times and joy in moments of triumph. So, follow your North Star, discover the purpose of your life, and let it illuminate the path ahead of you, because when you live with purpose, you truly live. Never underestimate the transformative power of living with a clear purpose in mind. It is the compass that directs your journey and infuses meaning into every step. The search for life's purpose is a journey that transforms us. In Stoicism, we learn that purpose is the North Star that guides us amidst the vastness of our lives. We discover that through self-knowledge and constant searching, we can find it. Something magical happens. Our actions gain meaning, our choices become clearer, and our path is illuminated. A purpose of inner light becomes our compass, directing us towards a destination more aligned with our values and passions. However, this solution is not a final destination, but rather the beginning of an exciting and meaningful journey. As we follow our purpose, we continue to grow, learn, and evolve with every step we take. Toward a purposeful life brings us closer to the true north of our souls. So this journey in search of life's purpose continues to inspire us, challenge us, and empower us to live each day with meaning and passion. Remember that purpose lies within you, waiting to be discovered, and is an infinite source of inspiration and guidance on your journey. Follow your purpose and let it illuminate every step of your way. Have you ever questioned the power of living a life unaffected by everyday adversities and worries? What Stoicism offers is a radical and transformative approach to this question. After all, what would it be like to live if you could master the art of not worrying about things beyond your control? Imagine living with a serenity that defies the turbulence of the world around you. In a world where we are often bombarded by worries, judgments, and expectations, Stoicism emerges as a beacon of wisdom, illuminating the path to true emotional freedom. Freedom, in the Stoic context, is not about indifference or apathy, but rather discernment and authenticity. Imagine the inner peace that can be achieved by shedding the burden of overly worrying about others' opinions, stepping away from what is beyond your control, and accepting life's inevitabilities with serenity. This is not only possible, but can be achieved through Stoicism. The Stoics teach us that we can choose where to direct our attention and energy. We can choose how to react to life's circumstances, and we can choose to live according to our principles and values, regardless of what others think or the difficulties we face. Therefore, today we choose to embrace the art of not worrying, using Stoicism to free ourselves from the weight of unreasonable expectations. We focus on what truly matters and find the strength to face life's challenges with dignity and resilience. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus: "It is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Your perspective transforms your life. Discover the liberating power of living by Stoic principles. Your journey towards true emotional freedom begins now. The concept of instantly responding and keeping up with every event is not only not the recipe for efficiency, but also the path to anguish and affliction. Epicurus asserts, it all comes down to persevering and resisting. There are actions to initiate, actions to maintain, and actions to undertake. Parallelly, there are practices we must abandon to resist. Today we will explore what is crucial to avoid. Do not fear metamorphosis. The past is often embalmed in more attractive colors than the present reality. Aurelius teaches us that transformation is the cradle of all the blessings we find on our journey. Do not let tomorrow disturb your serenity, because you will face challenges with logic as your ally. Indifference, in its historical core, does not denote insensitivity, but rather a resilience that remains unshakable, regardless of changes. True Stoics do not prefer what tomorrow will bring. Whether it rains or shines, they remain unflappable and empowered to face whatever comes. Just as we endure a series of slow-starting episodes, we must apply this perspective to our own lives and goals. We must recognize that things are progressing and that metamorphosis is inherent to the process. Let's not get lost in trivial details. We must focus on the path we have charted, avoiding getting entangled in useless gossip or discussions that do not contribute to our destiny. Consistency is key, whether it's physical, practicing reading, or pursuing our passions. We must not waste energy on matters beyond our control, as they divert us from our true mission. We must learn to ignore them, refrain from worrying about everything, and stay focused on what truly matters. David Wallace, a distinguished novelist and professor, emphasized that true education consists of choosing what to think, not just the ability to do so. We should not give more weight to others' opinions than to our own valuation. External approval should not dictate our worth and success. We should set our standards internally, focusing on our identity instead of empty opinions from others. Do not seek external validation, as it would leave you at the mercy of the crowd's whims. True revenge, as Marcus Aurelius said, is not to become like those who harm us. Do not engage in pointless disputes. Waking up and getting lost in other people's messages and emails is to become a puppet in the hands of others. We must regain control and start the day calmly, not allowing external factors to dictate the quality of our journey. Do not succumb to wisdom. He read letters with considerable delay, knowing that many issues would resolve themselves. We must adopt this prudence and not be always available to respond instantly to everything. It is a recipe for disorientation. Stand firm within the drift, like clouds immune to others' opinions. Do not let them disturb, hurt, or anger you. Do not be affected by useless comments. Focus on who you are and what you want to become. Trust yourself, not seeking external approval, but strengthened by internal conviction. that you are the arbiter of your own success and happiness. Avoid giving this power to others. The pursuit of external validation is a trap that ensnares you. By creating your own criteria and standards, free yourself. True greatness lies in being admired by those whose opinion truly matters, not by the fickle inward gaze. Define your measures of success and happiness. Do not seek external validation, as it is a fragile source of self-esteem. Abandon the thirst for approval and embrace your uniqueness. We hope these Stoic lessons have been valuable to you. If you wish to continue exploring this ancient philosophy for a more serene and virtuous life, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Don't forget to like this video if it was helpful to you. Together, we can seek Stoic wisdom for a better life. Whoever wishes to have constant success must adapt their behavior to the times. These wise words from the Renaissance philosopher Niccolò Machiavelli continue to resonate strongly in our contemporary era. The essence of adaptability and the ability to evolve with changing circumstances are crucial, especially in the realm of personal relationships and self-esteem. Have you ever felt overshadowed, going unnoticed despite pouring your heart into a task? Have you experienced the sensation of being underestimated by those you love? This video is specially designed for people like you. Join us on a journey where we explore 9 essential steps, deeply rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom, designed to illuminate your path and position you as a valued priority in the lives of those around you. Discover how to apply these principles in your daily life and learn to stand out, not only in your own perception, but also in the eyes of others. Subscribe for more inspiring tips and tools to be the best version of yourself. Valuing yourself is the first step on your journey towards being valued by others. As Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic Roman emperor, said, "You have power over your mind, not over external events." Recognizing this truth will give you the strength to start. So what does it mean to value yourself? In short, it's about being aware of who you are, understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Spend time reflecting on what you bring to life and where you can improve. Self-care is essential, whether it's taking a moment to relax, engaging in a hobby you're passionate about, or simply ensuring you get enough rest. As the Persian poet Hafiz said, "Happiness has been seeking you. Make sure you give it a chance to find you by taking care of yourself." Step 1. The ancient art of creating a fear of loss treats your body and mind with respect. Setting personal boundaries is crucial, saying no when necessary, and ensuring that others understand and respect those boundaries. Remember, it's not selfish to prioritize your well-being. In fact, it's essential. Continuous growth is a fundamental part of valuing yourself. Always strive to be the best version of yourself. Invest in your personal growth, learn new skills, and expand your horizons. When you truly value yourself, you create an aura of respect that others can sense, and you set a standard for how you should be treated in all your relationships. Remember, your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you have. Step 2. The Stoic value of unavailability. When you value yourself, others will follow suit. The second step is mastering the art of unavailability. In a world where we are constantly connected thanks to technology, it may seem counterintuitive not to be always available. However, occasionally, not being always available can be a powerful tool for establishing your worth. The wise Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught us that all external events are beyond our control, and we should accept what happens with calm and detachment. This highlights the essence of not succumbing to the urgency to attend to every call and message. Why unavailability is an art. The value of your time is incalculable. Not every situation or person deserves immediate access to it. By being selectively available, you communicate that your time is precious. As the poet Rumi said, "The reason everyone is in love with your time is that it's a treasure." So, by mastering the art of unavailability, you ensure that your time is spent wisely and on those who truly deserve it. Step 3. Mystery, the magnetic attraction of antiquity. The mystical Sufi teaches us that we should not settle for following others' stories. We must unfold our own myth. It means that we should not follow the norm of being always available. Instead, we create our own story, generating desire in others. Imagine this. We often desire more of what seems unattainable, what we cannot have. When you are not always available at all times, you unknowingly increase your perceived value. Constant availability can be exhausting, but by choosing when to engage, you maintain a sense of balance in your life. This gives you time to recharge, reflect, and ensure that when you are available. Establishing mutual respect is essential. When you respect your own time, you set a precedent for others to do the same. This mutual respect can be the foundation for deep and meaningful relationships. In short, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself. Step 4. Let them invest, the ancient balance between giving and receiving. Changing your mindset to be selectively available is not about playing games, but genuinely valuing your time and ensuring others recognize its worth too. The enigma of mystery attracting people. Mystery has always wielded a magnetic power over human curiosity, whether it's the enigmatic smile of the Mona Lisa or the indecipherable secrets of ancient civilizations. The unknown holds a compelling allure. This concept, when applied to human interactions, possesses a unique potency. As the renowned Persian poet said, "The words you don't say are the loudest." Step 5. Stoic self-appreciation. Today, the norm seems to be sharing every aspect of your life on social media and other platforms. However, retaining some aspects of your life serves as a reminder of your unique individuality. The Stoic philosopher Seneca observed that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Sharing too much can sometimes lead to misinterpretations and the creation of erroneous scenarios in others' minds that are not accurate representations of who you are. Imagine your life as an iceberg, where only a small fraction is above water, allowing only a glimpse of your complete self. By sharing only what's necessary, you can create deeper interactions. People will want to know more and understand the depths you offer, which builds stronger bonds. Revealing aspects of yourself slowly over time is not about playing games, but about building anticipation and depth in the getting-to-know process. By doing so, you become more memorable and appreciated. Remember Rumi's words, "Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love." This practice also protects you from superficial judgments. Step 6. The paradox of distance. We live in an era of instant gratifications and fleeting attention spans. In this fast-paced world, it's easy for people to judge you quickly based on snippets of information. However, being mysterious ensures that those who take the time to get to know you understand who you truly are. To emphasize this point, let's recall the words of Marcus Aurelius, who tells us that the best revenge is to be unlike those who have harmed us. In a world eager to reveal every secret and with little room for calm, intriguing mystery allows your depth to be your strength. Earning the effort of others is a beautiful principle in life that resonates deeply with human nature. We value what we achieve through effort. As the Roman philosopher Seneca observed, "We do not venture because things are difficult. Things are difficult because we do not venture." Do not be afraid to be enigmatic and distant in certain situations. It can increase your attractiveness and deepen the connections you forge. Step 7. Why Stoics don't always initiate. The idea that things are worthwhile when they require effort can be eloquently applied to human relationships. Understanding the art of allowing others to invest in you can change the game. Let's break it down. The psychology of value tells us that when someone makes an effort to understand us, support us, or spend time with us, they subconsciously attribute more value to us. It's like planting a seed and nurturing it. As it grows, the gardener feels a deep connection with the tree. Balancing the scales is crucial. While it's essential to be there for others and give constantly, not allowing others to reciprocate can create an imbalance. By letting them invest in you, you foster a balanced mutual relationship. As Rumi beautifully expressed, lovers don't meet somewhere. They are in each other all the time. By allowing others to invest in you, you make room for the blossoming of mutual love. Step 8. Happiness, the centuries-old secret weapon, fostering deep connections. When you allow someone to invest their time or emotions in you, they're not just spending resources, but they're also intertwining their journey with yours. This creates deeper and more lasting connections. Great teachers have advised over the years that we should be careful who we associate with, as humans tend to mimic the habits of those they interact with. Let your loved ones invest in you, and by doing so, create bonds that reflect deep mutual respect. Moreover, by allowing others to invest in you, you build your self-esteem. This is an affirmation of your worth, a statement that you are valuable, deserving, and worthy of attention and love. As Hafiz says, you are your own barrier, rise from within yourself, recognizing your value so others can see it too. In summary, as Marcus Aurelius reminds us, let's stop arguing about what a good man should be and just be one. Understanding your value and allowing others to recognize and invest in it sets the path for a richer and more meaningful life. Step 9. The Stoic strength in walking away. After setting the stage for mutual respect in relationships, it's essential to embrace your inner value as the foundation for genuine self-respect. Recognizing and prioritizing our needs before seeking validation from the outside world is crucial. As the wise Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius noted, he who does not value himself cannot value anything or anyone. Now let's explore the nuances of self-appreciation. The essence of self-esteem involves recognizing that we have intrinsic value. It's not about arrogance or narcissism, but recognizing that we all have intrinsic worth. As Rumi beautifully put it, you were born with wings, why prefer to crawl through life? We have the power to fly, but it starts with recognizing our capabilities and potential, or even our healthy limits. Setting boundaries isn't about keeping people out, but safeguarding our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Boundaries are the bridge between our needs and the outside world, ensuring we don't overextend ourselves. As Seneca wisely observed, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Finally, by setting clear boundaries, we're not diminishing the value of others. Rather, we're ensuring that our own cup is full so we can give more generously, fostering a healthy cycle of reciprocity. This way, we take control of our value and foster more equitable and meaningful relationships. As the Persian poet Hafiz said, even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. This reminds us that when you prioritize yourself, you emit a frequency that resonates with those who truly value and respect you. You act as a filter, ensuring your circle is filled with genuine, supportive, and loving people. Call to action. Click on my playlist and dive into ancient wisdom. In conclusion, as the epic masters once said, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Before seeking recognition and love from the world, make sure to give it to yourself first. Independence of mind and heart. Do not make someone your universe. In our quest for love, validation, or recognition, it's easy to make someone the center of our universe. However, there's deep wisdom in maintaining a sense of independence, even in the closest relationships. This doesn't mean walking away from your loved ones, but enriching your own life so you can contribute more to your relationships. Understanding desirability through scarcity is a basic principle of human nature. We often desire what seems slightly out of reach. Seneca reflected, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." By not giving every ounce of ourselves away, we create a subtle allure. Cultivating personal passions is essential. Having interests, hobbies, or passions outside of any relationship not only provides you with a sense of purpose, but also makes you more intriguing. As Rumi beautifully expressed, let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. Maintaining individuality is crucial. While it's beautiful to share a life with someone, it's essential to have individual experiences and stories. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Cultivating a rich inner world makes you more attractive to those around you. The balance between togetherness and separation is where the art of relationship dynamics comes into play. It's about intertwining lives while still having silos of independence. As Hafiz poetically describes, even after all this time, the moon never says to the sun, "You light up my life." They shine when it's their time. To conclude this point, it's essential to remember Epictetus's wisdom. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. Ignoring things beyond our control is essential. Value your relationships, but also remember to value your independence. The art of reciprocity involves rebalancing the communication dynamics in enduring relationships, whether friendly or romantic. It thrives on a delicate balance of giving and receiving. The power of silence is another valuable tool. Sometimes silence can speak louder than words. By not constantly initiating communication, you create space for the other person to step forward. Silence can often translate into yearning or the realization of someone's value. Re-establishing connection isn't about playing games. It's a genuine effort to rekindle reciprocity in the relationship. If they care and notice the change in dynamics, they will likely make an effort to reach out. As Marcus Aurelius observed, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within you." Believe in your value and allow the relationship to rebalance properly. Remember, this approach should be about introspection and understanding, not manipulation. As the epic masters wisely warned, first know who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. It's about understanding your patterns in relationships and ensuring they reflect your self-esteem. To sum up this segment, initiating communication is a sign of care and connection. It's vital to ensure it's a two-way street, as relationships, after all, are built on mutual respect and understanding. Cultivating inner happiness is like becoming the architect of your own happiness. We often intertwine our sense of happiness with external factors, such as people, material possessions, or certain circumstances. But the secret to lasting contentment lies within us. Taking control of our own joy not only empowers us, but also makes us a beacon of positivity for others. Understanding the source of our happiness is key. Too often, we place the responsibility for our happiness on others, thinking that if only this person acted a certain way, we would be happier. However, as the epic masters once proclaimed, we are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens. Our happiness is not defined by others. It's a reflection of our internal mindset. Finding joy in simplicity is a beautiful notion. As the great Persian poet Hafiz said, being able to find happiness in the simple things in life is a gift we can give ourselves and share with others. Remember that by being the architect of your own happiness, you can create a positive impact on your life and the lives of those around you. If only I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. Often, the deepest joys are found in the simplest moments, like the whisper of leaves, the melody of a bird, or the smile of a loved one. Radiating as a source of joy for others, as Rumi beautifully expressed, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. Naturally, you'll attract people to your energy, and you'll become a priority in their lives without even trying. To conclude this segment, remember that while it's natural to seek happiness in the world around us, the most authentic and enduring joy is the one we cultivate internally. Nurture that inner garden and watch it bloom, influencing not just your life, but also touching the souls around you. The true source of joy lies within us, and when we cultivate it, we create a positive impact on our world. Recognizing when it's time to walk away has been a theme emphasized throughout history by sages, poets, and philosophers. Sometimes the act of walking away doesn't imply giving up, but rather acknowledging our own worth and taking a stand for our inner peace. Valuing your self-worth is essential in this process. As Seneca once said, "While you live, keep learning how to live, as life is an ongoing lesson." Part of that lesson involves understanding your own worth. If you find yourself constantly in situations where you feel undervalued, it might be a sign that you're in a place or with people not aligned with your value. Embracing the power to let go involves releasing situations or relationships where you feel undervalued. Holding on to them can lead to emotional exhaustion. Rumi captures the essence of release beautifully by saying, "Let go of your plans. The world is beautiful without your pushing." Trusting in the love and plan of the universe and embracing the unknown can open new doors of opportunities. There are clear signs that indicate it's time to walk away. If you constantly feel drained, if your efforts go unnoticed, or if you've expressed your feelings and still see no change, maybe it's time to reconsider your stance in that relationship or situation. Seeking your true north isn't just a physical act, but a symbolic one. It represents searching for what truly resonates with your soul. Recognizing when to walk away is an act of self-love and authenticity. Hafiz wisely reminds us to stay close to everything that makes us happy. Surrounding ourselves with environments and people that uplift us and help us recognize our true essence is essential. To conclude this segment, we're provided with an opportunity to remember that walking away may seem daunting, but it's often a step toward alignment with our true selves. The universe tends to fill the voids in our lives, and letting go of what no longer serves us allows us to make room for what truly aligns with our spirit. We deeply appreciate everyone for joining us in this exploration of self-worth, value, and understanding. Each of us is a universe unto ourselves, with unique stories, struggles, dreams, and destinies. As Marcus Aurelius wisely reminded us, the universe is change, and our life is what our thoughts make of it. We sincerely hope this video has sparked a change in your thoughts, fostering a greater understanding and deepening of your self-worth. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and be part of our growing family. Until next time, remember to shine with your bright light, and may your journey be filled with love, wisdom, and profound discoveries. If you've ever felt the pain of being treated as an option, overlooked, or taken for granted, this video is for you. In this narrative, I will reveal to you the 10 rules for becoming a magnetic person, someone everyone will want to have in their lives. The first rule is simple yet powerful. Create the fear of permanently losing you in the minds of those around you. People often don't value what is always available, but if they fear losing it, they start to truly appreciate it. Imagine being that person who, if absent, would leave a huge, irreplaceable void in others' lives. You are not just an option, you are their deepest need. But that's just the beginning. Throughout this video, you'll discover strategies and tips for becoming someone people can't imagine losing. You'll learn how to be an unignorable presence and how to prioritize your own value in others' lives. So if you've ever felt invisible or taken for granted, this narrative will give you the keys to change that dynamic and become someone who is appreciated and desired by all. Want to know how to achieve this? It's simpler than it seems, but incredibly powerful. You must show them that your world revolves around much more than just them. You are fiercely independent, self-assured, and complete on your own. Your life is an exciting adventure that you don't need anyone else to feel fulfilled. Confidence and self-sufficiency are your secret weapons. Your world is vibrant and exciting, and you don't depend on anyone to make it so. You are someone who adds incomparable value to the lives of those around you, and they know it. For them, being part of your life is a privilege, not a right. When they realize you're not just another person seeking their attention, but an indomitable force they can't forget, that's when they'll step up their efforts. You're not here to chase love, nor to beg for scraps of attention. You're here to inspire them to pursue you and to beg for your attention. Let the fear of losing you grow. Allow them to seek your attention on their own. Make them realize you're a precious gem they can't afford to lose. In this game, you're not just a contender. You're the champion they can't afford to let slip away. Rule number 2 is clear. The most valuable things are rarely available everywhere and all the time. Likewise, you shouldn't always be available to anyone who wants it. Your time is of great value, and you must remember that your life is significant. Imagine this. You're not waiting for someone at all times. Your life doesn't revolve solely around them. You have your own world to enjoy, and those lucky enough to be part of it must understand that. Balance is key. You shouldn't be the person who's always waiting for their messages or available at all times. Let them see that your time and attention are valuable. People are naturally attracted to those who have their own interests and plans. When they realize you're not sitting around waiting for them, you pique their curiosity and make them wonder about what you're doing and who you really are. Showing them that you have your own life and things you care about isn't about playing hard to get. It's about demonstrating that you're a person who values their time and autonomy. If you're not always available, they'll understand that your time is precious, and that, in turn, will make them respect you even more. It's not about being difficult, it's about being someone who needs to be valued. Remember, don't always be available. Rule number 3 is simple yet powerful. Don't reveal everything about yourself at first glance. Mysterious people have an undeniable allure. It's as if they have hidden chapters in the book of their life, and everyone wants to unravel that mystery. Imagine you're like a fascinating book with some secret chapters, and people are eager to flip through the pages and discover the story waiting. Here's how to do it. Don't reveal all your secrets in the first conversation. Instead of sharing every detail of your life right away, share snippets and slowly unveil your layers, allowing others to wonder about your thoughts, dreams, and experiences. Mystery arouses curiosity and attraction. When people can't predict your every move, they engage more in getting to know you. You're like a puzzle they're eager to solve. Remember, you're not here to be an open book with every detail in plain sight. You're a complex and intriguing person with depths to explore. By maintaining some mystery, you make others want to have you more present in their lives. Rule number 4 is about letting them invest in you, but you take control of the game. Show them your true worth. Picture this. You're a priceless gem they want to possess, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to have you in their lives. You're not just a passing interest. You're a commitment worth making. People tend to value what they've worked to obtain. When they invest emotionally in you and devote their time, they become more committed. They'll see you as someone truly special and won't take you for granted. Remember, you're not here to beg for their attention or affection. You're here to show them that you're a valuable addition to their lives, and they need to earn the privilege of having you close. Give them space to invest their time, emotion, and energy in winning you over, as your presence is an asset they can't afford to lose. Rule number 5 is essential. Prioritize your own needs and well-being, especially in any relationship. It's crucial to stand up for yourself and not put yourself in a position where you're not valued or treated as you deserve. Imagine this. You already know your own worth and refuse to accept anything less. You're unwilling to compromise your happiness and self-esteem for someone who doesn't treat you with the care and consideration you deserve. This is how you implement rule number 5. You prioritize your own needs and happiness. You understand that in any healthy relationship, whether romantic or platonic, it's based on mutual respect and consideration. You settle for nothing less. Putting your own needs first isn't selfish. It's a matter of self-respect. It's about maintaining your dignity and emotional well-being. You make it clear that you won't accept being treated as an afterthought or an option. Prioritizing your own needs sends a powerful message that you won't let anyone overlook your feelings or undermine your self-esteem. You're an equal in any relationship, and your feelings and needs matter. Remember, you're not here to be a doormat or to seek validation from others. You're here to build healthy, respectful relationships based on solid self-respect. When you stand up for yourself, you become an even more compelling and attractive presence in anyone's life. Essential rule number 5 is a reminder that your well-being and self-respect are not negotiable and deserve to be a priority in your endeavors. So put your goals and personal interests first. Rule 6 in life is about maintaining your independence and not making someone the sole focus of your existence. People are often attracted to what they can't have, and this rule helps you create a sense of allure and independence in your relationships. Imagine this. You're like a bright star in the night sky, radiating your own light and energy. You don't orbit around someone else. You have your own orbit, your own life, and your own interests. Here's how to apply Rule 6. Avoid focusing too much on someone until they become the center of your universe. You have your own passions, dreams, and individuality. This approach creates a sense of mystery and intrigue that makes others wonder about your world and what motivates you. They'll be more drawn to your independent spirit and the sense of adventure you bring to the relationship. Remember, you're not here to lose your identity in someone else. You're here to enhance both of your lives while maintaining your individuality. By not making them the center of your life, you become more captivating and irresistible. By living a life beyond the relationship, you continue to grow, evolve, and bring a sense of excitement and independence to the connection. This rule is a reminder that you're a complete person on your own, and your presence in someone's life is a valuable addition, not a substitute for their happiness. Rule 7 is about finding the right balance in your communication and not always being the one to initiate contact. It's a subtle but effective way to prevent being taken for granted in any relationship. Imagine this. You are the lighthouse, not the ship constantly seeking the light you emit. You are there, present, but you also give others the opportunity to reach out to you. Here's how to apply Rule 7. Instead of always being the first to start a conversation, Let the other person make an effort sometimes. This not only shows you have your own life and interests, but also helps you gauge their level of interest. By committing yourself to be the sole initiator of communication, you might inadvertently send a message that you're always available and willing to do everything for them. It's not about playing games, it's about maintaining a sense of balance in the relationship. By occasionally taking a step back and allowing them to reach out to you, you give space to appreciate your presence and recognize your value. It's a gentle reminder that you're not just an option, you're someone who deserves effort and attention. Remember, you're not here to chase love or friendship, you're here to create mutually respectful connections. By finding this balance in communication, you create an environment where both parties are equally involved in the relationship, fostering a healthier and more balanced connection. Rule 8 revolves around the fundamental idea that happiness begins within you. It's about being a content, self-assured, and independent person, which naturally makes you more attractive to others. Imagine this: you're like a radiant sun, and your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else's presence or actions. You shine on your own, and people are drawn to your warmth and positivity. This is how rule number 8 works. You shouldn't rely on someone else for your happiness. Instead, you should create your own joy and satisfaction. Security and independence are magnetic qualities that make you more appealing to others. People are naturally attracted to those who radiate positivity and self-confidence. When you're content with your life, you become a source of inspiration and light for others. Creating your own happiness communicates that you're not seeking fulfillment in others. You're a complete and joyful person on your own. This mindset is attractive because it doesn't burden others with the responsibility of making you happy. By cultivating your own happiness, you make yourself an even more desirable and compelling presence in anyone's life. Remember, you're not here to find happiness in someone else. You're here to share your joy and enrich the lives of others. By following rule number 8, you become an irresistible presence that radiates positivity and confidence, and others can't help but be drawn to that. Rule number 9 is a fundamental reminder that you must be willing to walk away from any relationship that doesn't value you. This sends a powerful message that you're not willing to settle for less than you deserve, and that you have deep respect for yourself. Picture this: you have the strength and self-esteem to recognize when a relationship is not reciprocal or satisfying. You're not desperate to cling to something that undermines your happiness and self-esteem. Here's how you apply rule number 9. First, you set clear boundaries and standards for how you expect to be treated in any relationship. If someone consistently fails to meet those standards, you're willing to walk away, no matter how strong your feelings might be. Walking away isn't about lacking compassion, but about exercising self-preservation. It's a demonstration of your self-worth and your refusal to compromise your well-being for someone who doesn't value you. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write mind over body, so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. By walking away, you also create an environment where the other person can realize the seriousness of the situation. They'll understand that they need to step up and prioritize if they want you to stay in their lives. Remember, you're not here to cling to relationships that don't serve your happiness and self-esteem. You're here to have mutually respectful and healthy connections. Sometimes that means being strong enough to let go when necessary. In essence, rule number 9 is a reminder that your value and self-respect are paramount. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life based on how they prioritize and value you. Rule number 10 is a vital reminder of the importance of not getting overly emotionally attached. It highlights the need to maintain emotional balance when aspiring to be a priority in someone's life. It's about not letting your emotions overwhelm the situation and ensuring your needs are recognized and prioritized. Picture this. You're like the captain of a ship, with a steady hand on the helm, navigating your emotions gracefully. You maintain your emotional balance, which makes it easier for others to prioritize your presence in their lives. This is how rule number 10 works. It encourages you to strike a balance between expressing your emotions and maintaining composure. While emotions are valid and essential, being overly emotional can sometimes cloud your true value. By embracing emotional balance, you allow others to understand your feelings and needs without feeling overwhelmed. It's about communicating your emotions in a way that fosters prioritization without creating unnecessary drama. This mindset is attractive because it demonstrates your emotional intelligence and self-control, making it easier for others to recognize and prioritize your feelings and your presence in their lives. Remember, you're not repressing your emotions, you're simply expressing them in a way that fosters understanding and prioritization. By following rule number 10, you become more effective in communicating your emotions and needs, which ultimately makes it easier for others to prioritize you in their lives. In conclusion, these 10 rules offer valuable insights into becoming a magnetic presence in someone's life, someone they can't help but prioritize. They help you create a fear of losing you by not always being available, maintaining a touch of mystery, allowing them to invest in you, prioritizing your own needs, not making them the center of your life, and finding the right balance in communication. You become an irresistible force by creating your own happiness and maintaining emotional balance. Adding depth to your appeal is essential. The reminder to be willing to walk away from relationships that don't value you reinforces the importance of self-respect. Remember, you're not just seeking attention, you're seeking healthy, balanced, and mutually respectful connections. By following these rules, you become a person of immense value, and others will naturally want to make you a priority in their lives. If someone treats you as an option, remember that you have the ultimate power to remove them from your life. As a choice, value is non-negotiable, and you deserve to be with people who recognize and prioritize your value. We've come to the end of the video. We've explored profound wisdom, and now it's time to take responsibility and act. I urge you to make a commitment to yourself. Write your promise in the comments section, telling yourself, I am a warrior in my own life. I will be the best version of myself. And if there's anyone who treats me as an option, I will remove them as a choice. My time and energy are for those who bring me happiness and elevate me towards my destiny. I will read as many of your commitments as possible and feature the most inspiring comment on our channel, along with your name. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more daily doses of unfiltered, uncensored wisdom. The Stoics valued their secrets, their achievements, and their learnings because they understood that when we show too much, the true essence of things can get lost. Every joy and sorrow, every lesson and challenge are pieces of history that we compose, but we don't always share them lightly. They believed that, just like a flower doesn't grow if it's always exposed, evolution also needs its privacy, its own space to reflect on our mistakes and victories and decide the path we want to follow. So, when the Stoics chose not to share something, it wasn't to hide it, but to protect it, to allow it truly to grow. They found the balance between what they showed the world and what they kept only for themselves. In a world that often seems to want to show everything, Stoic wisdom reminds us of the importance of preserving the essence of our experiences. History teaches us to value what's behind the scenes, because often it's in silence where we find what truly matters. The Stoic stance reminds us of the value of introspection and the dignity of silence in a world where many shout their plans and goals to the world. The Stoics understood that it wasn't necessary to reveal everything. For them, this discretion wasn't a weakness, but a strength. Every plan or goal was seen as a delicate seed that needed care and protection. Exposing these plans prematurely could hinder their growth and blossoming by exposing them to storms of doubt, envy, and public scrutiny. In today's era of overexposure, where every move is documented and shared, Stoic philosophy invites us to rethink how we approach our ambitions. It teaches us that true power sometimes lies in what we keep secret, not because we're evasive, but because we recognize the importance of nurturing our dreams in a safe environment. Silence for the Stoics wasn't an emptiness, but a space filled with potential, possibilities, and hope. It was the fertile ground where dreams could grow undisturbed. In the midst of the chaos of our modern era, we can find inspiration in these wise individuals and learn to protect and nurture our own dreams in silence, allowing them to grow before presenting them to the world. These are the 10 topics we suggest you keep secret. Stay with us until the end and find out why. Topic 1. Don't talk about your achievements. Imagine immersing yourself in the dark and profound waters of the soul itself, in search of wisdom and virtue, like a deep journey. The wise argued that true achievements aren't displayed in showcases full of external triumphs, but in introspection and continuous evolution. Each challenge, each struggle, is not fought in public places, but in the silent landscapes of the spirit. But why is such discretion surprising when it comes to talking about our victories? This leads us to deep reflection on ego and vanity, which, when fed, can become barriers that stand between us and true virtue. The wise warned that the obsession with external recognition binds us with chains of pride that lead us toward a vain quest for fleeting applause. This is a path filled with disappointments, but herein lies a valuable lesson from the wise. We observe a deliberate choice of commitment to genuine greatness. They argued that true majesty lies in living with integrity, dedicating oneself to the collective. They left us a legacy of humility, sincerity, and constant search for wisdom, which became the true pillars of a life truly worth living. Along the path to wisdom and virtue, each step was filled with challenges. That is, the obstacles and difficulties along the way were not simple hurdles, but tests that sculpted the soul, shaped character, and taught about the true nature of greatness. It wasn't just the visible triumph that counted, but the internal battles, often invisible, that determined a person's true inner strength. These struggles were invaluable. Since historical figures advised not to discuss unresolved challenges, for them, overcoming these challenges didn't lie in the answer, but in the perception of human nature. They believed that ego and pride could cloud our vision and make us blind to true virtue. The constant search for external recognition and praise was a veil that hid our true potential. Historical wise individuals didn't value achievements merely as trophies, but they sought the true glory that emanated from rooting in values like justice, generosity, and of course wisdom. For them, true wealth wasn't found in the glint of gold, but in the glow of a morally upright character and the tranquility of the soul. The philosophy of amor fati, the love of fate, was fundamental to this understanding. The Stoics didn't despair in the face of adversity. Instead, they embraced it with balance, savoring both victory and defeat. They were aware that the tapestry of life was woven with threads of circumstances often beyond our control. Topic 3. Don't talk about your good deeds. Imagine a candle silently illuminating a dark room, its glow soft, not imposing but warm, lighting everything around you with kindness. For the Stoics, generosity was much like this flame. They argued that true generosity doesn't need to be proclaimed in a public square or announced to the four corners of the world. It should be a genuine and subtle gesture, carried out by the simple desire to do good without expecting praise in return. This perspective might seem so different from today's culture of self-promotion. The Stoics, for a profound reason, realized the danger of turning kindness into a spectacle. By boasting about every selfless act, we did something deeper. Within this philosophy lies the invitation to introspection, to keep our good deeds under the veil of anonymity, providing moments of reflection. It's a pause, a moment of intimate connection with ourselves, where we can question whether our actions are genuine or motivated by others. This secret self-analysis becomes a catalyst for self-improvement. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the belief that true goodness doesn't seek the spotlight, but manifests in acts of silent and authentic compassion. Moral wisdom surrounds us with its essence and reminds us of a fundamental truth. Often, the greatest act of kindness is simply to offer without expecting anything in return. Topic 4. Don't talk about your resentment. Have you ever felt trapped in a web of emotions where each thread is a bitter memory, a pain that refuses to fade away? The stories of the wise invite us to deep reflection on the invisible weight of resentment. For these ancient philosophers, resentment was an anchor that prevented the spirit from sailing freely through the seas of life. But what if we could choose another path, one less traveled, where forgiveness and understanding were our faithful companions? Behind this Stoic perspective, we find an unbreakable focus on virtue and self-control. Have you been carrying a weight on your shoulders for too long, feeling tired and overwhelmed by resentment? In the Stoic view, this burden is an invisible chain that traps us, limiting our freedom and inner peace. And it's fascinating to realize that often resentment stems from a misunderstanding. Instead of getting caught in a circle of bitterness, the Stoics encouraged us to seek the root of others' actions to understand before judging. Forgiveness, then, is not just a selfless gesture, but an act of profound wisdom that unveils the mysteries of the human soul and frees us from the currents of negativity. However, history warns us that anger and resentment are silent poisons, flames that, when fed, consume our tranquility and well-being. On the other hand, by choosing the path of forgiveness and understanding, we find an oasis of serenity and peace so acclaimed by Stoic wisdom. It reminds us of a universal truth. Forgiveness is key, because our own freedom is a beacon that guides us through emotional storms and offers us shelter in the harbor of serenity. By embracing this lesson, we discover that sometimes the greatest strength is in letting go, freeing ourselves from the chains of the past, and sailing toward a horizon of understanding and peace. Topic 5. Don't talk about your deep dreams. Imagine for a moment a rare and delicate seed in the palms of your hands. It represents your deepest dreams, those burning aspirations you'd protect from the strong winds and storms that might prevent them from germinating. The Stoic sages, with their profound wisdom, offer us a valuable answer. They saw our dreams and goals as those precious seeds meant to be planted in the fertile depths of our souls, away from the storms of others' opinions and criticisms. After all, who hasn't felt the flame of a dream extinguished when exposed too eerily to the cold of skepticism or the heat of mockery? Within knowledge, they celebrate Stoic self-sufficiency as a jewel of invaluable worth and true wisdom. They argued that achievement isn't a cup to be displayed, but an internal well from which to drink, always seeking external approval when we can find richness and purpose in the conquests of our own mind. Perhaps we discover the quietest yet most eloquent of virtues. The Stoics recognized the delicacy of the line, separating healthy ambition from arrogance. Choosing to remain silent about our goals wasn't an act of shyness, but a deliberate choice to walk in humility. Pride, which often blinds, the Stoic legacy speaks to our hearts without needing to shout our dreams from the mountaintops. Instead, let's protect those crops and witness their silent, majestic bloom. This refuge is an invitation to discover the strength residing in our inner self and acknowledge that sometimes the most precious treasures are those we keep just for ourselves. In the depth of our hearts and the intimacy of our deepest aspirations, we find the true essence of our dreams. Topic 6. Don't talk about your next steps. Imagine a chess master silently moving your pieces while your opponents try to decipher your next move. This is the way of Stoic characters. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the virtue of self-sufficiency, relying on the fleeting applause of the public when true strength is in the theater of the inner mind. By keeping your life strategies secret, the Stoics weren't merely hiding their plans, but strengthening their internal confidence, independent of the tides of opinion flowing around them. Then we come to humility, a more subtle and profound quality that Stoic characters fervently defended. Revealing grand strategies could easily be interpreted as a cry of pride, a triumphant announcement of superiority. They opted for a description that balances ambition with humility, ensuring that their steps were firm but not presumptuous. Tradition presents us with a rich perspective on the value of secrecy. It teaches us that protecting our goals goes beyond a mere strategy. It's a way to strengthen our being, honor our sufficiency, and walk with humility. In a world where external validation seems to be the current currency, the Stoics invite us to look inward, where we'll find our internal compass and confidently tread our own path with wisdom. It's in that silence where dreams and plans are fortified, away from the often fickle opinions of the outside world. Topic 7. Don't talk about your doubts and uncertainties. Imagine finding yourself in a vast forest where each tree represents a doubt and every shadow an uncertainty. Instead of crying out to all the winds about your hesitation, opt for silent introspection, seeking answers in your own soul. This is the path of history. At the center of Stoic philosophy is the recognition that confidence isn't a flag to wave before the world's eyes, but an internal beacon that guides our way. Constantly revealing our doubts to the world is like exposing a beacon to torrential rain, and can shake our solidity needed to not be swayed by others' opinions and judgments. Modesty, in turn, isn't simply an external virtue, but a shield that protects the spirit. The Stoics realized that bearing all uncertainties could strip the soul of its dignity. There was strength in restraint, a robustness in choosing when and with whom to share vulnerabilities. While many seek answers by shouting from the outside world, the Stoics understood the importance of silence and introspection. They believed that often the answers to the deepest doubts resonate in the silent chambers of the heart and mind. By embracing silence, modesty, and introspection, we find a safe route through the forest of uncertainty, illuminated by the internal beacon of our own confidence and understanding. This power of silent self-reflection and internal confidence is the legacy the Stoics left us in their pursuit of inner growth. Criticizing others is like throwing stones into a tranquil lake, creating waves that disturb the water's serenity. The Stoics understood that criticism, rather than being an act of judgment, diverts the gaze from our internal mirror and wastes our precious energy on matters beyond our sphere of influence. Instead of pointing fingers, the Stoics chose to extend a hand, guided by empathy and compassion, recognizing that each person is a universe full of internal and external battles, joys and sorrows, victories and defeats. They also realized that criticisms, rather than building bridges, often construct walls. In their quest for tranquility and harmony, they understood that harsh words and hasty judgments don't bring peace, but discord and separation. Stoic wisdom sends us a clear message: we must be guardians of our words and thoughts. Instead of focusing on the faults of others, let's turn our gaze towards ourselves in reflection, seeking growth and virtue. In a world where criticism is easily handed out, the Stoics inspire us to embrace compassion and kindness, throwing stones of empathy into humanity's lake and enjoying the waves of positivity they generate. Topic 8. Don't talk about your moments of solitude. While many seek to fill every second with stimuli and interactions, the Stoics found strength in stillness. They didn't see solitude as a void to be filled, but as a sanctuary where the mind could dance freely without the limitations of other people's opinions. Contrary to what many might think, the Stoics didn't hide from solitude, but embraced it. In their moments of retreat, they didn't feel isolated but connected to a rich inner universe full of ideas. It was in this stillness that the deepest thoughts emerged, uncontaminated by external noise. In the current scenario, where validation through social media has almost become a currency, Stoic philosophy invites us to reassess our priorities. Do we need, from time to time, to seek value and meaning in solitude, away from the eyes and judgments of others? As we step back from the constant need for exposure, following the footsteps of the Stoics, we find a space where our soul can breathe. It's in this profound silence that we discover the melody of our essence, a sound that doesn't need to be shared, but is only felt in its purity and authenticity. For the Stoics, solitude wasn't a void, but a gift that allowed the deepest flowers of introspection and contemplation to bloom. Topic 9. Don't talk about unlearned lessons. Few things are as universal as error. We all fail. We all make mistakes. However, what truly reveals a person's character is the response to these setbacks. The Stoics understood this perfectly. For them, these moments were not of despair, but of revelation and growth. They chose to keep their unlearned lessons, untold stories, not attempting to escape their responsibilities, nor hide from their failures. Instead, they saved them for a time, for deep, intimate reflection. Every failure was seen not as an end, but as the beginning of a new chapter in the quest for virtue and wisdom. Just as an artist transforms a mistake into a crucial part of their work, the Stoics transformed their flaws into foundations for growth. In a world where excessive comparison and overexposure are common, the Stoic stance reminds us of the value of introspection and the dignity of silence. Instead of shouting our imperfections to the world, we can find strength and growth in retreat, reflection, and the wisdom that comes with silent introspection. True wealth lies in our untold lessons and in the power to transform mistakes into opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Topic 10. Don't talk more about your deep plans. The understanding that it's not necessary to shout your plans to the world was a powerful weapon for them. They understood something that many of us forget. That discretion is not a weakness, but a strength. Each plan or goal was like a delicate seed that needed to be nurtured carefully and protected. Avoiding prematurely exposing these plans ensured they had the ideal environment to grow and bloom, away from the storms of doubt, envy, or public scrutiny. Today, in an era of overexposure where every move is documented and shared, Stoic philosophy invites us to rethink how we manage our ambitions. It shows us the true power that sometimes resides in what we keep secret, not because we're evasive, but because we recognize the importance of nurturing our dreams in a safe environment. Silence, for the sages of history, wasn't a void, but a space full of potential, possibilities, and hope. It was the fertile land where dreams could grow undisturbed. So, amid the chaos of our modern era, perhaps we can find inspiration in these wise men. And as they taught us, by protecting our plans, we allow them to develop at their own pace, without interference. And in doing so, we might discover that the true magic isn't in what we declare to the world, but in what we achieve in silence, in the secrecy of our determination. So, did you like this video? If so, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share it with someone who needs to see this video. Your support is essential for us to continue sharing knowledge and inspiration with everyone. If you have any content suggestions you'd like to see in upcoming videos, leave them in the comments. Your opinion is valuable to us and guides us in our mission to bring increasingly rich and impactful content to you. Have you ever felt ignored by someone, even when you try hard to care deeply for them? Although you love them with all your being, it seems they don't understand the value of your presence, often leaving you feeling that despite prioritizing them deep in your heart, you receive little in return in your life. You wonder, what do you get in return for so much giving? Often you come back only with the feeling of having been ignored and neglected. If you allow this pattern to repeat, you are once again giving permission for them to destroy your self-esteem and insult you, but it's time to stand against this. In this video, I share lessons to resist falling into this harmful cycle. To oppose this lesson means to act as if they did not exist, for by doing so, you deny them the power to affect your happiness and feelings. It is crucial to remember that the way they treat you is a reflection of their character, not yours. If you constantly wonder why they are ignoring you, you are wasting valuable time. Free yourself from this cycle by acting as if their attention does not exist. This simple but powerful action means not giving them control over your emotions. Remember, your value is not defined by their attention or lack of it. You are not here to be noticed by them. Focus on yourself. Channel your energy towards your personal growth and goals, making their negligence irrelevant to your path to success and security. You don't need their recognition to succeed. You are your own source of motivation. Let their lack of attention fuel your drive to achieve more and show them that their ignorance does not define you. It's their loss if they don't see your value. In that case, cut them out of your life. Focus on directing your thoughts and building a life where their attention or absence doesn't affect you. You're busy growing and reaching your goals while they're busy ignoring themselves. Finally, remember that their choice to overlook you only highlights your ability to overcome them, and someday they'll realize they lost the chance to know someone as incredible as you. Lesson 2. Stop waiting for sympathy. It's time to stop waiting for sympathy and love from those who keep you on the sidelines. Falling into the trap of seeking their compassion is like giving away your strength. You don't need others' sympathy to validate your feelings or existence. Start trusting logic over emotions. When they ignore you, it's not a signal to get emotional, but to think logically. Ask yourself, what does their behavior say about them? Can I move on without them? Clarify your judgment through logic, rather than immersing yourself in a cloud of emotions like sadness or anger due to the indifference you experience. Look at the facts. They've chosen to leave you aside. Reflect on your next step. Ignorance doesn't stop your world or diminish your capabilities. Your worth isn't tied to their recognition. Take control of your reactions and don't let their indifference dictate your self-esteem. When you start thinking logically, others' ignorance becomes a minor issue in your life, not a major one. Build your life on your own terms, with your rules. Sympathy, or the lack thereof, should not be the compass guiding your decisions. Make decisions that propel you forward and make you a better person. In the end, your growth and success are what truly matter, not the validation of others. Remember, your strength lies in your ability to think logically and act accordingly. Keep your focus on bigger things to achieve, and don't get held back by the lack of sympathy or empathy from those who don't understand your path. Lesson 3. Don't rely on them. Create your own happiness. It's crucial to understand that happiness shouldn't depend on others, but you should create it for yourself. When you allow someone else to control your happiness, you're handing over the keys to your emotional well-being. It's time to take those keys back and understand that the responsibility for your happiness lies with you, not them. When they ignore you, it doesn't mean your world stops or that you're unworthy. Instead, it's an opportunity to strengthen yourself. Start by focusing on what makes you happy. Immerse yourself in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, and build relationships with people who appreciate and value you. Your happiness should be built on your own terms, not depending on anyone else's attention or approval. Refuse to let others' ignorance affect your mood. If they ignore you, that's fine. There are better and more important things to focus on, like your goals, aspirations, and personal growth. These are the elements that should drive your happiness. Remember, every moment you spend worrying about why they're ignoring you is a moment stolen from your happiness. Change the script and focus on what adds value to your life. Happiness is a personal journey that begins with you taking control and reclaiming your power. Decide today that your happiness won't be influenced by the actions or lack of attention from others. Forge your own path with confidence and self-assurance. In the end, what matters is your satisfaction with your own life, not the fleeting attention from them. Lesson 4. Stop focusing on them. Focus on your goals. It's time to shift your focus. Instead of focusing on those who are ignoring you and making them the center of your world, turn your attention towards your own goals. Your dreams and ambitions are what truly matter, beyond someone's lack of attention. Redirect your energy. Every minute you spend thinking about why they're ignoring you, invest that time in working towards your goals and aspirations. Your personal goals deserve all your attention. Unlike someone who doesn't recognize your value, start by setting clear goals. Identify what you truly want to achieve and focus on them. Create a plan, set milestones, and start working to reach those goals. Your journey is about you, not them. Their ignorance can indeed be a disguised blessing, freeing you from the distraction of seeking their approval. Fully concentrate your energy on what you want to achieve to reach success. Your achievements are the best responses to those who once ignored you. Remember, you are the author of your own story. Don't let others' actions dictate your plot. Write your own success story, where you're the hero, striving to reach your dreams and letting others be mere footnotes in your journey. In conclusion, make your life and your goals your priority. Let others watch from the sidelines as you reach for the stars. Their ignorance should only strengthen you and make your focus sharper. Your life is about your journey and your success. Make it count and stop seeking validation from those who don't recognize your worth. Lesson 5. Stop seeking their validation. Start believing in yourself. It's imperative to stop seeking validation in your life, especially from those who ignore you. Waiting for a gesture of approval from someone turning their back on you is a waste of time and energy. You don't need their thumbs up to know your own worth. Your validation is the only one that truly matters. Reflect, why should someone else's opinion dictate your actions? It's your life, your choices, and when you seek their approval, you're giving them power over you. Take that power back by trusting yourself and your ability to make wise decisions without depending on external approval. Start valuing your own judgment more than anyone else's opinion. Your confidence shouldn't depend on someone else's validation. Build it on your own beliefs, achievements, and strengths. Every time you seek others' validation, you're telling yourself that their opinion is more important than yours. Change that mindset. You're the one living your life, not them. Your approval is what you really need in your life. It's time to start believing in yourself. Validate your own actions, celebrate your successes, and live your life on your own terms. Now is the time to act. Ask yourself if you're brave enough to stand strong against disrespect and ignorance. If so, make me a promise. Share it in the comments section. Commit to becoming the best version of yourself and overcoming any disrespect and ignorance through great success in your life. Suffering arises when you give more importance to what you don't have than to what you do have. We must not allow others' opinions and judgments to affect our inner peace. Epictetus formulated 15 Stoic principles that, when adopted, empower you to face life's challenges with unbreakable strength and serenity. We'll see how we can achieve a state of mind that allows us to reduce or even eliminate the suffering that comes from others' opinions. Let's begin. 1. Direct your attention to what you can control. As Epictetus wisely stated, the primary task in life is to discern and separate matters, clearly identifying what is beyond your control and what is tied to your choices, over which you truly have dominion. In the face of situations that disturb or frustrate you, it's crucial to take a moment before reacting. Take a deep breath. Reflect on which aspects of the situation you can influence and which are beyond your control. Channel your energy toward internal elements, such as your perspective, attitudes, and responses, abandoning the insistence on changing the external. Liberate yourself from the attachment to wanting to control or alter external elements, such as other people or external events. Serenely accept the limits of your own sphere of influence. This approach grants you freedom by freeing you from continual disappointments. While it's valid to strive to improve challenging situations, do so without attachment to specific outcomes, as these are often determined by external factors. Find fulfillment in your values and choices, recognizing that true mastery lies in letting go of what's beyond your control. 2. Embrace life's imperfection. It's inherent in human nature to crave order and predictability, wishing for things to make sense and follow a predefined plan. However, the reality of life is that unexpected changes inevitably occur. People make mistakes, and suffering is experienced. Acknowledging that things will never be perfect is key. Insisting on perfection, whether in your own life or in others, only leads to constant frustration and disappointment. Demanding that circumstances be different from what they are can generate anxiety, anger, and resentment when reality doesn't conform to those expectations. The key lies in accepting imperfections and directing your energy toward working with life as it is, rather than how you wish it to be. Developing a keen eye for navigating difficulties without judgment allows you to show compassion toward others for their flaws, recognizing shared humanity. Self-compassion is crucial when acknowledging your own shortcomings. While it's crucial to strive for improvement day by day, this process should be motivated by the desire for growth, not self-flagellation in the face of failures or setbacks. Progress manifests gradually as you adapt and reconcile with the intrinsic human condition of being prone to faults. Embracing life's reality as imperfect and full of disorder is liberating, allowing you to stop fighting against its basic nature and gain perspective to respond wisely to events as they unfold. This practice of acceptance and wisdom promotes a more equitable relationship with life's ups and downs. 3. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness stands as a beacon amidst the turmoil of the past and the anxiety of the future. Too often we lose ourselves in regrets of what has already happened or in the worries of what is to come, missing out on the only time that truly exists, the present. When you notice your mind wandering, whether it's reliving old memories or weaving future narratives, gently guide your attention back to the present moment. Regular practice of mindful meditation acts as an exercise to strengthen your concentration muscles and your ability to return to the present. Comfortably close your eyes and immerse yourself in the experience of the air entering and exiting. When thoughts arise, observe them without judgment and guide your focus back to your breath. This connection with your breath keeps you grounded in the present, that ever-changing and elusive moment. Mindfulness is an art that involves engaging all your senses, observing the sights, listening to the sounds, feeling the sensations that occur in the immediate moment. Mindful meditation, besides its benefits, teaches you to accept the thoughts that arise without criticism, maintaining your attention on the now. You can carry this practice throughout the day, cultivating the ability to appreciate the positive details that might otherwise go unnoticed. From enjoying a hot cup of coffee to sharing laughter with a friend, every moment gains depth and richness that is lost when the mind resides elsewhere. While planning for the future has its place, mindfulness in the present builds resilience and confidence, allowing you to fully engage with each experience as it unfolds, providing you with the ability to handle anything that comes your way, whether positive or challenging. 4. Perspective defines everything. When an upsetting event occurs, it's common to get swept away by subjective emotional reactions. However, the Stoics urge you to take a step back and view things objectively before responding impulsively while our emotions are boiling. The practice of pausing, taking a deep breath, and creating a mental space is increasingly crucial. Instead of acting from a reactive state, we are advised to resist the temptation to vent or make immediate decisions. Instead, we are invited to examine the situation rationally, adopting the perspective of an external observer. This mental exercise involves asking reflective questions. Is the response proportional to what actually happened? How might this situation look in a few years? What would be the wisest perspective? Emotional distance provides clarity, allowing you to choose your next steps thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Honoring emotions is essential, but we must not allow them to dictate our response. As Marcus Aurelius stated, if external things pain you, it is not they that disturb you, but your judgment of them. And remember, you always have the power to change that judgment. The key lies in recognizing that you always have a choice in how you perceive situations. Even painful events can be seen as opportunities to learn and grow if you look for the positive in your experience. The quality of our experience depends deeply on the perspective we choose to adopt. Let go and accept the inevitable. It's common to feel that we are owed a particular outcome simply because we desire it intensely. However, reality unfolds according to its own course, not always aligned with our demands. It's essential to recognize the frustrated reactions that arise from unmet expectations, and remember that in life, nothing is guaranteed, and events don't always conform to our hopes and desires. Free yourself from the judgment that dictates things should go differently, and learn to let go of the need for reality to conform to your rigid preferences. Recognize that neither life nor people owe you anything, and you don't have an inherent right to get what you want. Instead of lamenting over a situation, reflect on what is within your power, how you choose to respond, what your values are, and how you use the tools currently available to you. As Epicurus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Letting go of insisting that life meets certain legitimate expectations leads to greater serenity and wisdom. Reducing legitimate expectations allows you to constructively engage with events as they unfold, and your happiness becomes dependent solely on your own character and choices. Learning to expect less from life makes existence more fluid and natural. Embrace change as imperative for navigating the impermanence of existence. Life, in its essence, is a constant flow of impermanence and change. Attempting to control or rigidly cling to things as they are inevitably leads to suffering. It's imperative to deeply reflect on the fundamental reality that aging, loss, and death are intrinsic parts of existence. In this continual flow of life, all relationships evolve, and circumstances are constantly changing, like the wheel of life that keeps turning. Accepting change involves allowing life to flow naturally, adaptively responding to new situations as they arise. When you find yourself struggling against change or clinging to how things used to be, take a moment to remind yourself that resisting the inevitable only brings anxiety and disappointment. Freeing yourself from trying to control the uncontrollable is the first step toward conscious acceptance of change. After consciously embracing the reality of change, take a further step and courageously embrace change. Every transition in life, as challenging as it might be, contains hidden opportunities disguised as problems. Every closing door opens another that you might not have even imagined. With faith in the natural cycles of life, trust that each new beginning arises from some other ending. It's important to honor and grieve losses consciously, but not to remain stuck lamenting a past, faded change. Focus on the possibilities that lie ahead, embracing the dynamic nature of life. By staying flexible and capable of responding ingeniously to situations, you evolve, grow, and adapt. Following the wise advice of Seneca, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Trust in the cycles of life and accept endings as opportunities for new and valuable beginnings. Judging wisely and discernment in evaluating others is crucial. The act of judging others is an easy task, especially when it comes to pointing out errors and weaknesses. However, the way we issue judgments says more about ourselves than about those we criticize. Before issuing negative judgments, it's crucial to pause and reflect on the root of that judgment. Does it come from our own insecurity, arrogance, or pettiness? There's a chance that the criticism is merely a personal whim. The exercise of judgment in many cases is subjective and laden with our own experiences and motivations. It's fundamental to examine our own motives before criticizing, considering whether there's a positive intention underlying the offensive action we're evaluating. Cultural differences can also be the cause of misunderstandings, so it's essential to withhold judgment until we've walked a mile in the other person's shoes. Focusing criticism only on issues that clearly involve injustice, cruelty, or harm is a key principle. Even in these cases, it's beneficial to seek to understand why someone might act in such a way instead of issuing hasty judgments. Judgment, when used wisely, can become a tool for teaching and reconciling. Following the Stoic philosophy of Marcus Aurelius, who advised reminding oneself every morning that those with whom you interact could be ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, or surly, since they can't distinguish good from evil. Tolerance and compassion are key in the process of judging. Offering feedback compassionately when it can contribute to others' growth and improvement is valuable. Avoiding judging minor imperfections or subjective preference matters allows you to focus on the positive potential of those around you, highlighting their virtues instead of pointing out their flaws. Practicing forgiveness is an act of self-liberation. When someone inflicts pain on us or causes harm, holding on to resentment can become a heavier burden for us than for the person who originally hurt us. While seeking justice is a legitimate right if we've been wronged, it's essential to be cautious with the desire for revenge. Nelson Mandela wisely expressed that resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it will kill our enemies. Indeed, it vigorously chains us to what harmed us. Forgiving others doesn't imply tolerating inappropriate behavior or forcing reconciliation. Rather, forgiveness from an internal perspective involves letting go of bitterness and wishing the best for those who have caused us pain, even if it's from a distance. This practice frees us from the bonds of past pain, considering that the harm people inflict is often a reflection of their own unresolved traumas and flaws. By forgiving, we're not justifying others' actions nor denying the importance of healthy boundaries. Rather, we're choosing to free ourselves from the emotional weight we've been carrying and allowing ourselves to explore our own unmet needs. By looking beneath the anger, we often discover unhealed wounds that need attention. Addressing these needs in a healthy way, rather than clinging to anger, gives us the opportunity to grow and evolve. Marcus Aurelius advised that the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Forgiveness, in this context, becomes an act of self-love and empowerment, breaking cycles of revenge, requiring courage and patience to allow our wounds to heal. Ultimately, forgiveness not only frees the past, but also paves the way for a healthier and more balanced present and future. Laughter therapy is a remedy for life's storms. The power of laughter, that unique ability to find humor in the absurdities, ironies, and frustrations of life, should not be underestimated. Laughing often not only provides perspective, but also infuses the necessary joy to weather storms in challenging conditions. In moments of adversity, seeking humor and enjoying simple joys, whether through funny animal videos, witty jokes, or light-hearted conversations with friends, can be a revitalizing balm. The act of laughing relieves tension, renews the spirit, and provides a necessary outlet amidst the gravity of life. Not losing the capacity to be light-hearted, not taking oneself too seriously, allows for fun, cultivating creativity and imagination to find the lighter side of any shared difficulty. It's an art that can strengthen resilience. Laughter and comedy, when shared with others, strengthen social bonds and build collective resilience. In laughter, our shared humanity is reaffirmed, as it allows us to laugh at our own weaknesses and find common humor that cuts across differences. As Seneca pointed out, if you have a cheerful heart, smile and laugh at everything. Humor turns down the volume of adversity, shrinking problems to size when they're transformed into objects of amusement rather than immense seriousness. Of course, laughter does not seek to deny the depth of life, including pain, but offers a balance, a medicine that elevates lightness to help endure the unbearable. Laughter, in its essence, becomes a cure, a therapy that reminds us of the importance of finding joy even in the most challenging moments. Inner seeking, cultivating virtue, and leading by example is essential. Focusing attention on our own growth and habits, recognizing that we have direct control over our internal evolution, but very little control over how others ground their transformation, is key. We often face frustration when we wish others to conform to our vision of how they should be. However, instead of directing our energy outward, finding our way back to ourselves can be enlightening. Asking ourselves what virtues we can cultivate and how we can be a positive example, modeling the change we wish to see instead of demanding it from others, is a key principle. As Marcus Aurelius expressed, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. Personal growth is achieved through conscious work on oneself, not just by wishing others would improve. Inspiring excellence through one's actions and lovingly guiding those who genuinely wish to grow makes a difference. Focusing inwardly on self-development not only leads to serenity and personal confidence, but also allows us to stand out by manifesting our highest values. When we first tend to our own inner garden, the rest naturally follows. Authenticity and genuine personal growth not only benefit oneself, but also illuminate the path for others. Living simply, beyond appearances and material goods, is a crucial principle. In our society, we often get caught up in the obsessive pursuit of monetary status symbols and luxuries, mistakenly believing that these will bring a lasting sense of fulfillment. However, introspective reflection is essential. What void are we really trying to fill by obsessively chasing elegant houses, ostentatious cars, gadgets, and other non-essential possessions? On this path towards simplicity, it's crucial to question the purpose of our choices and recognize if we're tying our self-esteem to appearances and material possessions. True wealth, as Seneca noted, lies not in having a lot but in needing little. It's imperative to understand that unchecked ambition and the pursuit of professional status often distract us from higher goals and can divert us from our true purpose in life. Living simply involves making ethical and conscious choices in our purchases, opting for durable goods that truly meet our needs. Cultivating pleasures that gold cannot buy, such as time in nature, reading and love, connects us with fundamental aspects of existence that are often lost in the whirlwind of consumerism. Beyond a certain point, money ceases to increase happiness, and it's essential to avoid the trap of confusing the means of living with the ends of life. True wealth is found in the development of wisdom and character, not in the endless accumulation of possessions. While financial security alleviates stress, achieving fulfillment goes beyond the figures in a bank account. Virtue, service to others, and the full realization of our gifts are the true goals that provide us with a richly meaningful life. The virtue of humility. In the 12th exploration of philosophical principles, we address the virtue of humility, a quality often overlooked, but with profound impact on our interactions and perceptions of the world around us. Humility is the antithesis of arrogance. It's easy to fall into the narrative of inflating our own role and assuming full control over successful outcomes. However, reality reminds us that many external factors and variables are beyond our control, reminding us of our relative limitation in influencing results. When things go well, acknowledging the role of luck, the help of others, and the variables beyond our direct influence is key. Humility invites us not to give ourselves too much credit and to avoid arrogance by assuming that all success is solely due to our skill. Similarly, when problems arise, humility urges us not to blame ourselves exclusively, understanding that we don't have total control over outcomes. Protects us from falling into shame and excessive self-criticism. As Seneca wisely noted, everything is opinion, and our perceptions can be easily distorted by biases. Maintaining a modest perspective on our importance in the grand scheme of life helps us overcome obstacles with humility and acceptance. Cultivating humility involves finding a balance between self-confidence and detachment. Though we play our role in the world, we recognize that we're a small and changing part of a much vaster landscape. This approach allows us to positively influence what's within our reach without falling into the trap of self-inflation. In the final reflection, we address the ancient art of creating fear of loss, the Stoic value of unavailability, and mystery as the magnetic allure of antiquity. Treat your body and mind with respect and establish personal boundaries, remembering that it's not selfish to prioritize your well-being. Continuous growth is a fundamental part of valuing oneself. By being selectively available, you communicate that your time is precious, and by mastering the art of unavailability and mystery, you increase your perceived value. Remember that your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship you have, and by truly valuing yourself, you create an aura of respect that others can feel. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.